Hi guys, so I'm back with another short tutorial. It's only going to be something small today. It's something that somebody suggested while I had this guy on the go. So we're going to be taking a closer look at doing the ears. Sorry if my camera angle is a bit off because I'm using an actual camera this time, which I can't see the back of. But we're going to be giving this guy ears. So you're going to want reference pictures of both your character and the species, which I have up on my computer over here. You'll need paper to make your template, scissors to cut out your template, and ear foam. I'm going to be using craft foam today on the ears. I normally double layer this to make it sturdy enough. I always have some spare fleece around in any colour because this is all going to be under the fur anyway. This will just be used to strengthen the bond, you know, the edge between these two types of foam. Craft knife you might need, glue gun you'll definitely need. Some pens to draw out your template, some tape to tape them on, and some pins to pin them on to see what they look like. Did I mention scissors? Either way you'll need scissors. So this is the guy that we're working with today. He does have little bits of fleece patchwork where I basically cut the muzzle off today and made it shorter, and where there were gaps in the foam I've just covered them up with this, and it just makes it a bit more seamless when you put fur on. As you can hopefully see, there's a seam all the way down here. So I had to deal with all of that. Okay, so let's start with our ear pattern drafting. So you're going to want to take your sheet of paper and draw a diagonal in there first of all. Just seeing how well this shows up. It's not that great, is it? I'll zoom in. There you go. Let's see how we get on with this. So, first off, just draw a line on the paper. That's going to represent the diagonal at the top of the head there. Then you want to draw on what you want your ears to look like. That was my phone. Sorry, guys. Maybe like that. And then basically you can trim these down afterwards, whatever you like. From here you're going to want a bit on this side of the ear. So this is approximately the ear here. Because the ear will be curved, you're going to want a piece at the front on both sides of the ear so they wrap around. So it's difficult doing this part because it varies by the shape of the ear and the species. But what I'm just going to do, make this one a bit longer. Like I say, you can always cut these bits down, whatever you fancy. And then, okay, basically because of the shape of the ear, I'm going to try this here, like that. Really straightforward, just draft it out onto some paper. Cut that one out there. Now, ears are one thing I hate, so I'm really hoping this doesn't take more than 1 or 2 takes. I have had Fursuit ears take 5 or 6 attempts. Now we've just got that one cut out there. Going to bring in our head. I'm just going to want to position that one around about where it's going to go. Then go back to the side here and take a look and see what you think. Now I'm actually quite happy with that already. I am very happy with that already. That goes like that. Yeah, so we're going to try and pin this on. Pinning paper is a bit of a nightmare. I don't recommend it. But it saves us just constantly cutting and trying different foam. Just going to see what this one looks like. I'm trying to do all of this in one take, obviously. Seems it's just something short. Just while I'm working on this head here. got a lot of projects on the go at the moment. You should be looking for some more tutorials coming in the near future. Okay, so now what we've got is a rough ear template. It looks a lot more upright in the camera than it does in real life. But what I am going to do is from here, you can just cut the ear however you would like until you're happy. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that one there. It's going to take a lot of tweaking until you're happy with what your ear looks like. Because I've got my ref up here as well, so obviously I'm working largely to that. And I'm pretty sure I'm very happy with that one there. Obviously, once you do have them glued on permanently, they're not permanent at all. You can always cut them back off again. So what I'm going to do is just trace around the outside of where this paper is. Just so in a minute when I've cut the actual pattern for the ear, I know where to glue it into place. Okay. I've got to be honest with you, the worst part is making them symmetrical. I hate trying to glue the second ear on, so it looks okay. There you have your paper template. Quite often they'll look wider than you think they should be, but it all depends on the way the ear wraps around the head. This is my favourite template for headbands. Makes a really nice cute little cat ear, but you're just surprised at how thick it is really compared to what you'd expect. I'm going to try, because I'm using black craft foam or foam foam, whichever you want to call it. Obviously it's difficult to get things that trace onto them. You can use gold or silver markers, I do that quite often, but I've run out. There we go, that one's traced on. One thing that can really help, which I will do just to show you methods that I use, is you can make a template of this that you've drawn here, so then you can flip that and then trace it onto the other side, so it's a lot easier to get the ears symmetrical. So what I'm first going to do is just take my foam, because foam behaves differently to paper. I'm just going to sort of position that one and see what I think. What I might do is just curve that edge a bit more there. Pin it on again. So much trial and error with ears, they are just the worst. Pin that one on there. Pin up there. One in there. See, already I'm not sure I'm happy with these. I really do hate making ears. One in there. And then what you can do, take a look at that one. Gonna just swap refs again. Always swap refs. Yeah, so what I'm gonna try and do is just move this one forward a little bit. Put that in there. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. The thing with I don't remember what I was going to say. Never mind. If it's important, I'll remember. Maybe. Basically, because the cheeks come out and then back in, try and angle it right for the camera, they come out and back in, so when you put the ears in behind the cheeks and eyebrows, they're set much farther in than you would think. In person they don't look so bad, but as soon as they are on the camera, they look really out of place. I mean, from the side it doesn't look like an issue at all, but from the front they just sort of sink back a little bit. What I'm going to do anyway is go ahead and get both of these cut out and patterned. I'm going to pattern on where they need to go. Obviously you can use different colour markers to pattern on your first, second, third attempts, whatever it is. But I'm just going to carry on with black because I know the difference. Okay. Pull that one off there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a template. And from this template you will be able to just transfer it to the other side so the ears can be as close as the same as possible. So any tape of your choice. A lot of people do use masking tape. I never use really expensive duct tape. I don't really find it makes a difference. So I get a nice big chunky roll for about £2 English, where a normal sized roll would normally be sort of 6 if you're after the high quality stuff. However, I find this works perfectly. I don't see the need for any higher quality tape. I have found this particular brand is much better than the ones I'm used to though. Okay, so there you see, we've just taped up the inside of that shape there, which is where we would like the ear to go. Quite simple. And take it off. First thing I'm going to do is a couple of these corners overlapped, so I'm just going to trim these down. You don't have to do this. You just have to remember when you draw it on that you'll have to be going slightly inside the curve that you've drawn. If that makes sense. Probably not. It don't speak a lot of sense. And now you're just going to have to do your best. I like to use the lines between the difference of foam and the lines along the head here where I've glued the dome piece together. I like to use all of those to my advantage to try and best line up the pieces. And obviously you'll need to take a look at all angles. So I think that needs to be a bit more like that. I'm just going to do is draw it on. So I think that's probably quite good. Okay. And make sure just all the time. Oops, sorry, that's my eBay on my phone telling me things. Yeah, that's pretty damn close. Excellent. Right, so then you're going to have to take your template again, flip it. Obviously it was this way and we cut it this way. Actually it doesn't matter because of the type of foam we're using. You don't particularly need to flip the pattern there. This does just fit, which is great. Didn't want to have to break into another sheet there. Sorry, I'm not talking particularly loudly either because my entire family's home at the moment and they're just behind the door over there. So I'd rather not A, be speaking too loudly to disturb them, or B, have them listen to me and laugh, because they will do that. They know that I record things for YouTube, but I'd still rather not have them watch or listen to any of it. I am only using the microphone that is built into my digital camera as well. Okay. So once you have those pieces cut out, this video is not too long, it's not too bad. you're going to want to trace them, not trace them, sorry, pin them onto the head. Just to the inside of the marker lines you've drawn. Obviously you want to go to the inside because you drew the line on the outside of the template. These are all my not so great pins that I use on things that have got glue in them and pins through tape and things like that. I like to have good pins for nice clean stuff and other pins for everything else. Okay, so we've got that one on there. Just going to pop this one on this side. The other thing is you sort of gain with experience, learning how it reacts differently from foam to fur. So where the fur adds depth, where it makes things look either more rounded or thinner or deeper than they are. I'll know where fur will be longer and shorter, which obviously adds to how deep that particular bit looks. It's just all stuff you gain from just making things over and over again. Okay, now this template is going to be a little bit different. Okay, so I forgot that my camera likes to cut videos off at a certain time. Oops, didn't make a noise or anything like that, so I don't really know how far you guys got with this until before the video cut out. Basically I've been tweaking the right ear to make it match the left, so they're symmetrical. What I was saying when I realised the camera wasn't filming is that all of the fur around the face will be shorter and the ears will be longer, like generally speaking. And because I know that the ears can be a bit smaller and they won't look as small, because as soon as they've got longer fur on them than the rest of the head, they stand out a bit more. So what I've just done is got them as symmetrical as I possibly can. I'm quite happy with those ears, I think. So now what I'm going to do is, it's nice and simple, take your glue gun and you're just going to want to glue between the pins. Not on the pins, just between them. So you don't want to get glue all over the pins, obviously. You don't want to glue them to the head or ruin them with too much glue. There's a bit of a gap here. Again, that can be caused by a lot of things, so that will be remedied probably just after this video. I just want to get this video done, really. Glue those there. Okay, so basically now you're going to have to wait until all that glue between the pins dries, so you can remove the pins and then re-glue, basically. I'm just going to move my camera around a little bit. It's basically one of the... Just a moment, I am going to pin that bit in there. The entire fursuit building process is trial and error. You always learn from your mistakes. You'll have to constantly practice. You can't just go, oh, it's not good enough, or I'm no good. You have to just try and try and try again. Check your symmetry from the front and the back, and the sides, and everywhere else that you could possibly need to check your symmetry. Okay. Yeah, pretty happy with that, yep. So then what you can just do is, once it's dry or dry enough, you can just remove the pins and glue where the pins were. I always glue from the back. Basically it just keeps the curve the same if you glue from the inside. I just walked in, that's all. If you glue from the inside, you just risk losing the curve that you've got there. Okay, just want to get glue into all those parts. What you have to make sure you do not do is throw away, oh no. Now see, this is the problem with pins. I have a lot of cheap pins that I just use on glue and stuff like that. They do like to break. So I keep a pair of pliers handy, just to pull them out if they do, and then dispose of them safely later. Okay, it's not too bad. Get all of these bits filled in. There we go. So now all of the gluing is done. So this is your last chance to sort of look at it. It's not your last chance, you can always go back and work on it later, but this is one of your last chances to take a look at the ears, whether you like them or not, whether they work how you would like them to. Part of me is wondering if they should be moved forward a little bit, but for the moment I'm going to leave them, largely for the sake of this tutorial, and also because I will leave these overnight and then come back to them in the morning with, you know, fresh eyes. Take another look at them. So what we're going to do now, just to add to the structure of these, is any colour fleece, like I say, it's all going to be under the fur anyway. Just cut small tabs out of this. Basically because the surface area between the foam here and the foam here isn't that great, I like to just add tabs cut out of scraps of fleece just to help secure those ears. So I'll always start from this bit at the front of the ears here. Sorry, I'm just going to keep checking back to the camera and see if it's straight, because I don't normally use my camera, I normally film from my webcam through my computer. I do need to start thinking about that, considering I am getting a bit more serious with YouTube videos, considering getting a far better webcam. And it's really simple. You're just going to want to glue the tabs to the ears there, like that. And what that does is it just adds to, like I say, the surface area that you're gluing. One thing I haven't said yet is I did get my internet upgrade today, which is absolutely fantastic. Not today, yesterday, sorry. So my download speed and upload speed are both just so much greater than I'm used to. Hopefully it won't take me 2 days to upload videos now, because it's been a nightmare having to leave my computer on for 2 days. My last video, I think, my last tutorial anyway, I tried uploading 3 times and either my internet stopped or my computer turned itself off, even though it's, you know, I've got it set never to just automatically turn itself off. Don't know what's wrong with it there, but something is obviously. So hopefully I'm going to be able to provide video uploads a lot more frequently. So what you want to do is find the farthest point of the curve here and just try and glue those there, because where you've got the strongest curve, that's where it's going to be pulling more. It doesn't have to be neat, doesn't have to be a lot or a little of glue. You can always go back and either add more glue or cut bits of the fleece off, whatever you want really. Like I say, all of this is going to get covered up. And just there. Okay, so now that we've got all of these tabs glued on, I do apply pressure to all the foam when I glue it, so it all actually like sticks down. But just for this, I haven't. yeah, I'm pretty happy with those ears. So the next step, which I'm not going to show you because obviously you won't need it, just cut out the template of the ear again and just glue it on the back. So what that's going to do is just add a bit more structure to them because they're just craft foam, so they're really flimsy. I often use, this is an old ear that's completely gone wrong. This is just closed cell camping mat or yoga mat foam, which is a lot chunkier and it holds a lot stronger. It'll hold its shape easier than this stuff here. So just cut that out again. It won't be the same size. That's something I will have to tell you. You will have edges here where the new foam doesn't quite meet the same size as the old foam because the curvature here makes it require a bigger surface area. Not a problem. You don't really need as much. What I have done before is just add structure points, just a couple of like straight beams just to keep the ears more rigid. Either one works, it's entirely up to you. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. Just a slightly closer insight to doing the ears, seeing as both me and other people have found that more difficult. And obviously I didn't cover anything in that 8-part tutorial series quite so thoroughly as I have this time. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and you haven't already. Subscribers are just the best thing ever. I'm really happy to be getting more of those. So thanks very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.